Yeah, I'm happy to take you through some of the some of the questions that people have been asking. Some ask internally because they don't want to be noticed, and yet they have this thing going on the inside of them. So today I want to um, get into answering the question of who is a coach or who is a mentor. So that's what I want to look at today, because I know for some of you, you've only been receiving messages. Yeah, you've heard you could charge people for the advice you give. I'm going to do quite some of these short messages, hoping that one of your questions will be answered. However, if you still want to get your question answered, watch out for when we are going to run some days of what we call challenge, which will put in 1 straight hour of doing free training, free session. And then if you are one of those who say, I still want to ask some more question in a secluded or exclusive place, then we will have a session after the general time of a webinar or the challenge to answer your question. So back to the subjects for today. Who is a coach? Many people, as soon as they talk about or they hear about a coach, their mind goes to football. And rightly so, because football has been with us for a long time. And as far as we are concerned, that seemed to be the only thing that having a coach was well known for. So when they hear you coach and be paid for coaching parents, for instance, and there are those who coach business people. There are those who coach people in certain areas of their lives, and they are called life coach or life coaches. And then you have the business coach. Now, even the business coaches have different areas that they specialize in or on. So let me quickly give you the best answer to the question of who is a coach. So far, a coach is someone who provides guidance. Take note of that. Guidance, support, and structured feedback to help individuals or groups achieve specific goals, improve skills, and overcome challenges. Coaches typically use a systematic approach to facilitate learning and personal growth. So this is a lot more, has a lot more to do with your personal growth. They do not necessarily need expertise in the individual's field, but excel in guiding the learning process. Now, this is what that means. Let me explain that. Before you put yourself out there to be a coach in certain area, you do not need to, for example, a football coach doesn't necessarily need to be one of the players. No, he doesn't. And whether the individual has a history of playing football or not, but all we know that he has a skill to bring out the best out of each footballer and as a team, so they can play football and win. There are a few cases you have those who used to be footballers who became coaches. But there are those whom you've never heard their names, that they have played football, but they have been outstanding coaches. Whether it's football or it's a volleyball, or the rest of them. The point is, you need to be very good at it and you need to keep improving yourself. Let me not run ahead of myself, but a coach can never, you can't be a coach as a novice. So when it says here, they do not necessarily need expertise in the individuals, that individual that you are coaching. You need to be well-versed, well-informed. You need to keep exposing yourself to updated information. In some way, you need to be an expert, quote and unquote. In that field, for example, we at the moment we are training people who are going to be coaches and mentors to parents. How can we do that? Not just because we have, by the grace of God, gotten a good result after raising 5 children from childhood to adulthood, and they literally grew up in the United Kingdom. So we have a certain level of expertise, and that is not enough. The ones we have done by ourselves is not enough. We're still opening up to learn from those who know, not only getting input from other people's perspective of parenting, but also exposing ourselves to the training. So an expert, a coach does not necessarily have to be someone who is so known globally. Now, this is the best way I'm going to put it so you get what I'm saying. You only need to be one class ahead of the person that you are coaching. What they really need from you is the improvement on their skill. Now, what makes you qualified if you're just one class ahead is that you are still remembering what challenges you overcame at their level. And that makes you more qualified than the person who had done it a long time ago and maybe didn't make mistake or did it so well, but time has passed and the person can't even remember how it all was, the feeling, the emotion that comes with the challenges the individual is going through. Now, I want to keep this very simple, straight to the point. So I don't want to overflog it, but all I want to say is, if you have the knowledge, just one layer ahead of some people who want to know what you have been through, what you have overcome, the challenges you have overcome, the mess you have just come out of it, that mess becomes your message, because they need to know, how did you overcome? We comfort others with the comfort we ourselves have received, and so that enables us, empowers us, that qualifies us to be able to. And then you say, so I can start on my own. Of course, if you have all the skills you need to be skilled. You need to be very skilled. You need to have some level of expertise at that level. Not necessarily you have to be a PhD holder, a master's degree holder. No, this is not about degree. It's about the result that you can produce in the life of the person you are coaching. Help the person overcome challenges. Use a systematic approach to facilitate learning and personal growth. Can you do that? If you can, then you need to become a coach. And if you have a heart to be able to facilitate the learning and personal development of parents, to be able to acquire the skills to improve their parenting skills, to help them overcome their challenges as parents and not get overwhelmed, simplify their parenting by standing by them, provide guidance, support, and structured feedback to help them. You know, you sometimes you watch people play, say, something like, I don't know what you call it, chess. If you have been trained, sometimes you just watching, you tend to see it better than those, or back home in Nigeria in those days, I don't know if they are still doing that. They used to have a draft, or something like this other one that you put the jigsaw together. Sometimes somebody observing sees it and I could have done this, I could have moved this, and I would win. But this is not a question of, oh, I would have done this. Is that you actually make it your business to make sure the individuals or the group's desires, goals, and aspirations are achieved. So it becomes your business to ensure that their business succeeds, to ensure that their learning is productive. That is a simple way I can put a coach. Now, if you still want to know more, you can join the question session when we run the challenge. But that is going to be a separate section from those who are going to do the group or the webinar, or when we are doing the challenge. Before I round up, who is a mentor? A mentor is an experienced and trusted advisor. In some places, they interchange these two. Gradually, coaching and mentoring is beginning to be used as the same word. But a mentor, yes, is somebody that has experience, quite all right. A coach should also carry the title, the feeling of a trusted advisor who offers wisdom, knowledge, and guidance. So you see, those who interchange the two, they are not wrong totally, but it's just slight nuances. Guidance to a less experienced individual known as mentee. Mentors provide ongoing support, share their insights, and help the mentee develop both personally and professionally. Unlike coaches, mentors often have substantial expertise in the mentee's area of interest or field. So you don't necessarily need, I will need to say that again, if you have enough skill to help somebody in a particular field, but you have the skill to be able to help the person who is in business to achieve his or her own desired result, you can coach. If you have the training, you have the skill, you are able to acquire that, we can help you to become a coach. For instance, in an area of parenting. But to be a mentor, you need to also be very, very well versed in that area of interest or field. They typically offer a more informal or long-term relationship. Now, what we are doing in our training and Arrows on Point is that we put the two together. Whichever one you want to be a coach, you can do the two. Some people just desire the demand for the two, and they are ready to make the commitment. So the rest of the things, the technicalities, the things you need to know, how do you price your time? How do you price your skill? How much should you be paid for? I mean, we keep saying get paid, coaching or mentoring. How can you work that out? Keep following and keep listening. And if you want to hear more of this, at the moment, we are working on something. I want to ask you to put in, get to our website, arrowsonpoint.com, arrowsonpoint.com. And then you will see the brief chat about what we are talking about. You feel that you want to start coaching people, or you have been advising people informally. That is not helping you, it's not helping the people. Many people won't even take you serious. But you will be able to have your mind change. We'll help you, support you to begin to think, see yourself as a coach, somebody who helps others. You walk by them to help them achieve their goals. There is a lot more I have to share with you on this. But in the meantime, this is where I will draw the curtain. This is Coach Robert Ntefon. So many people know me as Apostle Robert Ntefon. All are the same. You know, I'm here to coach. I'm here to show you something that you need to know about coaching. So I hope that helps someone who has been wondering, how can I coach? How can I mentor? You know the difference. But we are going to prepare the people who are going to do this, offer this service or services to parents. So you help them to overcome being stressed out, overwhelmed. Parenting is challenging. And if you have a heart for them, if you are bothered about the direction of life, how some people just come into this world and they are more confused, they wish they were not born. If you are there, you want to also impact the family and help them to live godly legacy, live the life they really truly want to live. We invite you to join us. But in the meantime, feel free to share this video. Feel very free to share it to your friends, those you want to bring in to be a part of this. Feel free to ask them to join. God bless you. Look forward to seeing you on the next video. Thanks, and God bless you mightily.